Hey, what's going on everybody? Another video with Peter Karunas with Shopvox here, and in this video we're really going to be talking about getting into the sign business. So if you're thinking about getting into the sign business, or if you think that the sign business might be a good opportunity, we're going to be talking about the best ways to kind of jump into this industry and why you should do it that way. So you're not going to want to miss one, so stay tuned. Hey, what's going on everybody? I'm Peter Karunas with Shopvox. I've been a sign shop owner for many years. I've kind of seen different types of operations. I've spoken with many different types of sign shop owners, and I've kind of populated my own list here of different types of ways to jump into this business. There is many reasons why you want to get into this business. Obviously, there are a lot. We're a business-to-business industry. We provide solutions for other businesses. We help other businesses grow and succeed. So if you're a business athlete and you really are a go-getter and you have that whatever it takes kind of attitude, this is one of the best businesses to be a part of, because every business really needs the services and the products that we provide. This is a needs business, a destination business. People aren't going to come into your sign shops to browse or to get some ideas of what they might have to buy on an impulse. There's usually a need that goes along with coming into your business or calling or contacting your business. Usually there's something that a business owner needs in order to get it, and they're going to get it from a print shop or a sign shop in most cases. We're in a 9 to 5 mostly. Some shops open earlier, but this is really a business to business industry, so we're operating during normal business hours. We get weekends off for those of us that typically like to have weekends off. There are shops that work Saturdays, and I'm sure that many of you are hearing me say this and saying, I wish I had weekends off. Well, typically speaking, the industry shuts down on the weekends. Our supply houses are closed. Our warehouses are closed. We got to give our employees some time to reset and recharge for the week ahead. So this is typically a Monday through Friday business during business hours, which gives us plenty of time to spend time with friends and family and give us that unique opportunity to be a business owner but still make time for our personal life. This is also a highly profitable industry to be in. Our profit margins are sometimes explosive because of the raw goods that go into it, and the end result is such at a high premium because of its customization nature that it's only your shop that's going to be able to produce that type of quality. So in other words, when you put your hands on something and you take raw materials and you're putting them together to create a sign, a custom-made sign, that design is what your shop is able to produce, which allows it to be put at a customizable product rate where, typically you're going to be able to charge a premium because of the customization of nature of the sign that you're getting, because not every sign is the same. If we were selling the same type of sign every day of the week, well, that would get boring. So the customization nature of this industry is really what keeps us going on a day-to-day basis, because not one day is ever like the same. We're going to be making different types of projects. We're going to be talking to different types of businesses, different types of business owners, building more relationships, and adding things to a pipeline that's ultimately going to be filled with custom projects. But ultimately, there are many reasons why one would want to get into this business, and those are just a few of the reasons that come to mind off the top of my head. Now that you've decided that you want to jump into this industry, how are you going to do it? How should you do it? What are the right ways to do it? There are many ways to jump into this business. There are easy ways to do it without spending a lot of money on infrastructure. There are ways to do it with spending a lot of money on proper infrastructure to get started to compete in your marketplace. So let's talk about the first way, the easiest way, and that's really to become a sign and print broker. Now, what is a sign and print broker? Essentially, it's your own business. It could be just you. It could be you and a team. It could be you working out of your home office. It could be you working out of a small office. And ultimately, you're going to network yourself. You're going to be able to position yourself as to be the vendor, the go-getter, because you've built relationships with other business owners. So you're going to be able to take their requirements, their needs, and you're going to predominantly outsource everything. You're going to be the broker. You're going to find what they need. you're going to facilitate the order, and you're going to send it out to wholesalers in the marketplace, whether they're print shops, online printers, vehicle wrap installers, sign fabricators, welders, whatever the project really is. You're taking the request, you're putting your own spin on things, you're getting quotes from other sign wholesalers in the marketplace. There's other vendors here that predominantly sell to only sign shops. That's their customer, like Gemini Sign Products or Signs 365. These are vendors that are predominantly, their only customer are sign shops that are selling to the end user. So you can get into this business as a print or sign broker, basically networking yourself as a sign company and going around business to business networking and trying to build up your referral network. And you're going to go around and you're going to say, yes, I can get you that sign. Yes, and you're going to help facilitate that design, facilitate the outsource of that particular type of project to whichever vendor it's going to go to. And you're going to get it back and you're going to figure out a way to get it to the customer. You're going to get it installed for the customer. And essentially, you're just the middleman. You're the middleman in the entire process. You're between the vendors that you use, the installers that you use, and the customer. There's you, your business entity, and that's how you become fluent in this industry. You can jump in and just be someone that's going to outsource and make that quick override, that 20 to 30 to 35% on every particular project. And that might be great for you because your overhead's low. Your payroll might be non-existent. You're paying yourself at this point. And that's what being a print broker is all about. One thing here that you're going to want to have if you do decide to jump into the industry as a print or sign broker is that you're going to need your proper POS system. You're going to need your proper tools in your tool belt in order to make this work. This is going to be the way that you're going to have to do it in every aspect of jumping into this industry, whether it is a print broker or in any other way. And that's going to be, you're going to need the proper POS system. Now, what's the proper POS system for a print or sign broker? Well, typically ShopVox here is going to have that ShopVox version, that Express, that light version here, the lesser expensive option that's going to be able to communicate with your customers and provide that all-around 360-degree solution to your customer. And it's taking that from a step above QuickBooks and using QuickBooks as a POS system and integrating that into what you could conceivably be as a whole shop POS system here with ShopVox. The second way to jump into this business is really kind of where my background was, is kind of taking that brick and mortar retail experience and simplifying it. So in other words, you're going to get into a brick and mortar location somewhere around 1,200 to 1,600 square feet, and you're going to build out a showroom, maybe a conference room for you to have conversations with your customers, and you're going to have an entire vinyl aspect of your operation that you're going to be doing projects in-house. Now, this is going to require a little bit of an investment. This is going to require anywhere between $50,000 to $100,000 to build, and depending on what equipment you get, it could be a little bit more there, but you're going to jump into this equation here with a front of the house situation, a front of the house infrastructure, and a back of the house situation, back of the house infrastructure. And what I mean by that is, you're going to set up your lobby with examples and samples and showpieces and documentation, maybe a video presentation of the type of work that you do. You want to create that environment, that non-cluttered environment here where the customer is going to understand what type of business they're walking into to attract that type of sale. So you're going to need to be in a location here where there's a decent amount of walk-in traffic. Driving traffic is definitely a metric here to look at when you're looking at introducing a brick and mortar model. I've called this a lot of names in the past. This is maybe like a vinyl shop, a retail shop, a service center. There's many names for this type of way of getting into the industry. It's typically the one that's done most often because you're going to be able to control the elements. You're going to be able to be a little bit more than just your typical print and sign broker here. You're going to jump into this with the expectations of, I'm going to get a printer, I'm going to have the work tables, I'm going to get all the shop equipment, all the tools, and I'm going to be able to do 65 to 75% of the work in-house. What is that work? Well, you're going to handle a lot of your wide format pieces, your wide format banners, your digital printing, your laminating, your direct to substrate printing here, applying, weeding signs, vinyl cutting, vehicle graphics, magnets, banners, rigid sign panels, things like that that are going to be everyday pieces to what we buy, what your customers buy, what we sell on an everyday basis. The thing here is that it's going to be limited in the amount of pieces that you're going to outsource. There's still going to be pieces here that you outsource in this model. The retail model, the vinyl shop model, the service center model still has an outsourced piece, an outsourced component to it. That component's going to really be in the pieces that you can't do in-house, clearly. Business card printing might not be something that you do. Postcards, EDDM flyers, brochures, vehicle wraps. You're still going to have those pieces that you're going to outsource. And let's not forget the next piece, which is going to be the custom fabrication side, the exterior illuminated sign piece. That component's definitely going to still be something that you're going to outsource. So you're going to have a very strong and a very, very strong vendor list that you're going to use and you're going to rely on for those inquiries, because you're going to be allowed to take them and still sell them, but there's still going to be an element here where you're going to have to outsource those products because you don't have the capabilities of doing it inside your shop, inside this particular model business when you jump into the sign industry. And lastly, when you want to jump into this business, if you're really looking to jump in with both feet, do the best that you can, do everything that you can, this is really going to get into like a fabrication model here. Not a lot of us are out there. There's still some of us that do in fact do this, but you're going to be a 100% in-house sign and fabrication center. This is a bigger operation, people. This is typically not how I would advise jumping in right away unless you have the experience, unless you have the people that have the experience behind you that have done this before. Jumping into the fabrication model is a big deal. You have to have a lot of experience. You have to have years under your belt in order to jump into this model, because there's a lot of moving pieces. There's a lot of parts to making this successful. You're going to have different departments here. You're going to have the front end, which has to have a sales component, which has to have a design component. It has to have all the components to the front of the house before it ever makes its way to the back of the house in the production line. And you're going to have pieces to that production line: your routing, your painting, your welding, your electrical, your quality control departments. There's a lot of moving pieces there to the fabrication department. But the reason why you want to jump into this is because of the ability of doing everything in-house. There is very little of an outsourcing component here. When you're going to outsource, it's really something maybe because you have a large workflow and you have to maintain project deadlines. So you're going to need some help. You're going to outsource maybe some of your projects in your pipeline to get done to help your cash flow here. But typically in this model, you're welding, you're painting, you're fabricating, you're wrapping, you're doing everything from top to bottom here in the industry. There are not a lot of us out there, but the shops that are certainly looking for a POS system here that's going to help manage everything from the business cards order to the monument sign order, that $50 order to the $50,000 order. And that's going to be where Shopbox Pro really helps energize and streamline those types of fabrication shops, because there's every single component there has been basically thought of from the bottom up to help shops like you really get everything under control. Everything from inventory, pricing, customer relationships, customer management, customer communication, job boards to help your entire team know what they have to do. And that's really where Shopbox Pro is going to take you, and this type of model to new heights that are going to elevate you to higher profit margins, to higher ticketed item sales, because when you're able to do it in-house, you have the confidence that you're going to be able to produce that $10,000, that $20,000 order in-house yourself and control everything from beginning to end in your production pipeline. So those are really the three ways that I felt that you can jump into this industry. There's definitely a lot of positives and negatives to both ends. It's up to you to really try and find which one is really for you. But I hope that this video is able to help you identify some of those strengths and weaknesses to each one of those three ways of jumping into the sign or print industry. Really, when you want to jump into this industry, I highly recommend it. It's a great industry. It's one of the best industries out there. It's an essential business. It's a lucrative business. It's a way that you're going to be able to have a life. You're not really going to be working every day 20 hours a day. It's a business that I love, I'm very passionate about. And if you're watching this video and you're thinking about getting into this business, definitely want to try and get some one-on-one if you'd like. I can help you. I can help you get into it. I can help you advise you in the right direction to go in. But typically, like any other business, the business is only as good as the people that you have working on your team. So no matter which model you decide is good for you, make sure that you have the people sitting in the right seats that can help propel you going in the right direction on your, what I call your business bus. Your business bus is going in one direction. Everybody needs to jump on, sit in the proper seats, and help make those wheels turn and go towards what you can conceivably say is your company goal, your 90-day goal, your 1-year goal, whatever the case may be. Make sure that whatever decision that you make here is going to help everybody achieve their personal goals and also the company goal, the overall company direction that you've set forth for your team. I'm Peter Karunas with ShopVox. Thank you so much for watching. I really sincerely hope that this video has helped some of you who are thinking about getting into the business make some better choices, make better decisions on which option is good for you. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. All of your feedback, it really goes into what's driving the content for this channel. It's designed to help sign shop owners like you or potential sign shop owners like yourself get into this business and learn a little something new that you probably didn't learn yesterday. Maybe it's something incremental, maybe it's something monumental. Whatever the case is, leave a comment below. I'd love to get back to you as soon as I can and help each and every one of you thrive, and so that we can make a better industry than we were yesterday. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget, stay positive out there.